One.
Cancelled.
We're live. Good evening. We're live. Isn't that fun? Oh, I'm sorry. Am I not animated enough for you?
All of the shade.
Good evening. We're live. How's it going? Welcome back to an exciting D&D session with my friends here. Who all's excited?
Hello. And two
Alright,
people immediately are mute.
well, I know I'm excited because it's Skaaf Day, the best holiday in my fictional whole fantasy world. It's like if
Yep.
you
In time to make. I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead. I I love hearing every
I was like,
player's interpretations of it.
yep. And now it's time to perform some blasphemy.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
blasphemy
right.
on Skaaf Day towards Skaaf. What could go wrong? Well, Skaaf Day is the holiday that celebrates love and revenge. It's like if you mix April Fool's Day and Valentine's Day into one holiday.
But things can go terribly, 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 terribly wrong.
Oh yes, very terribly wrong. Oh, why one Skaaf Day, an entire village got wiped off the map and then brought back to life through a miracle.
Half of them got brought back to life as half dragons.
Mm.
And a certain Trixie got scarred for life.
I mean, the first Skaaf Day wasn't very
But that
eventful.
hasn't happened yet.
No, that technically
That's in the
hasn't.
future.
No, that technically hasn't happened.
Spoilers.
But
I can
it,
actually turn.
all is fun and love and vengeance. Everyone loves those two things combined together. Last session in our local slime boy Mana decided to go to a mysterious towards a mysterious balcony with a set of four her random hooded figures and expected that to go, you know, at least okay. Um, he he got shot a little, just a little, and now and those four figures just decided to they'll start piecing out.
Hello?
Hello, we're
Hello.
just talking about you.
Only good.
We're live.
But now we get to see the lovely consequences of those actions. But you know, before we get back to them, let's go inside your guys's, join like little suite here um in the inn where Ikal is ferociously, he you know he'll stripping covers off and flipping mattresses, whatever she can to wake you guys.
Oh, oh, oh. What in the world's going on?
I will remind you that if Ikal needs to be, Ikal can be 10 feet tall.
Ikal
Hi,
will.
Akil.
Alright, I need Ikal to roll a. What would be a good roll for trying to? Because this game doesn't have linguistics. Performance.
Nobody is like already awake because he only needs like a couple hours of sleep. Like he's just watching it called just causing chaos.
Yeah.
It called very
Oh,
he loosely he he interpolates that something dangerous is happening with mana. It's hard to tell if mana is the thing that's causing the danger, or if there's something dangerous happening to mana. And then, like, after feeling satisfied with her explanation, she's going to walk through the wall out into the hallway.
No, so Dobat's gonna look over to nobody. You know what's going on?
Something fun, as nobody will walk out because I'm pretty sure Mana would have already let him know telepathically what's going on.
oh yeah, probably.
You heard the fairly
Dobat,
pathetic yelp of pain came from the hallway.
Oh yeah.
Dobat grabs his gear and is outside.
Now, just know any armor that you would normally have on, you would not have on because you wouldn't sleep in your armor, right?
I mean, well, luckily
And
the armored ball gown's not technically armor, clothing.
then what I'll do is I will go ahead and use my once per day mage armor
Okay. Um,
while I'm grabbing everything. So now my AC is. So I just need to up my AC.
give me another performance check as Ikal is trying to inform from Adarapi and Nissa the same information.
Oof.
Ikal is just yelling,
Look,
screaming, and pointing at the wall.
Like there's termites.
Oh, and Picari's there. I assume Picari would be up at this point and using the kitchenette and inside the room, or would Picari still be asleep?
It depends on what time it is.
It's like first thing in the morning, like sunrise is. It's just before sunrise.
So what, like 5, 6? What sunrise here?
Um,
7?
it's the summer, so no, it's the spring. So yeah, around 7. It'd probably be around like 6:30.
Yeah,
6 o'clock is what I
yeah,
have on
she'd
there.
be up then. She'd be
But
up then.
yeah, you would be in that same common area where nobody had moved all the furniture aside to set up something.
Oh, I would have set up the ritual area somewhere outside the city where I couldn't be monitored.
Outside the city. Um, that would be difficult to set it up outside the city. There might be an opportunity
All right
for
then.
that though. So, you're preparing the materials then at this point. You haven't set it up yet, man. But you have everything
Unless
you
there's
need.
like a way for me to make sure nothing's monitoring me, because I don't really have spells like that.
Well, we'll circle back to that in a little bit. Uh, All right, Mana. As the door opens behind you, you've placed your hand on this Dragonborn's shoulder. Yes.
What?
the door opens behind me.
Yeah, the door's
Oh,
open.
they're coming out.
Yeah, they're coming out at this point.
I believe we still have something to talk about. I am going to try to grapple them.
All right. Okay, you grapple them. He's he he does not resist.
Oh, he's not going to resist at all?
No.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm gonna hold them over my head.
I sense your displeasure. I do
It is
offer
quite vast.
I do offer consulting services if you would like to take them.
Mm. Oh, I don't suppose your consultation involves me not getting shot anymore.
Do not worry. Your life if was not what that our current leader was after.
Would you care to elaborate?
Well, should you have died, we would have resurrected you on the spot. No permanent harm was intended by our actions, just merely a warning from the bishop and those those in the upper echelons of the clergy. We have no further ill will towards you and your kind. And
Hmm. I'm gonna sense motive. What's it? Insight.
you may do so.
18.
You you sense no this person has absolutely zero malice in their heart. They have whatever you could do to them, they have already forgiven you for it.
That's so sweet. Kill him with fire.
Hmm. Do I get that same impression if I start pulling them in two separate directions?
Uh,
Their
whoa.
their face is serene. In it seems like they've accepted whatever their consequences come with their actions.
Oh, look, a brainwashed cult member.
Hmm. Maybe this isn't right. Maybe I shouldn't rip this person in half in this hallway. I'll just throw him off the balcony
Ah!
Alright.
after I remove one of their arms.
Alright. The arm comes
Ac-
off extremely easy.
Oh.
And
Was
as
there
it
Probably
any
some-
give to it?
there was no give at all. As you see it dangling there, with slight creaking noise coming from the elbow joint.
Yep.
Puppet?
It seems something of that kind.
Yeah, that's it. That was a puppet or some kind of other automata. Golem.
Can I see a power source?
You can't. Not with your naked eye. Do you still wish to?
Man, could I do it? I'm not gonna throw them over. I'm gonna investigate to see if I can figure out how to turn them off.
All right. Give me a tinker's tool check, a arcana check, or a straight intelligence.
Okay, let me double check something. Sending puppets to do a person's job. Okay. And double check here. Of course, that one's down. 18.
All right. Um, there does not seem to be a power source to this apparatus. from what you can tell, there's something controlling it from a distance. There's probably a person controlling this this construct from who knows where. You're
Does
not. You're
detect mag?
sorry.
I was gonna say does detect magic or well, I guess not detect magic, but can I do an Arcana check to see if I can figure out how they're doing that? Because there has to be something connecting the two.
Um, Not in a short order. You would have to spend some. You'd have to spend some time studying this thing to figure out how it works.
Detect magic theoretically would work because you would find any thread of magic linking the two.
Yeah, I don't have that prepared.
Oh, I'm trying to get over there.
Okay, I'm just going to remove his legs so that he can't walk, and then I'll drag him back.
Uh, as you're doing that, you'll see someone open the door down the hallway with a club in hand and look down the hallway and see the lot of you guys just standing in the hallway, a with a dismembered hit person, and
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The others haven't showed up yet.
no, they were opening the door as you were putting your hand on his shoulder, so they would see you holding him up essentially, and the process of you popping the arm off. Now, um, you guys will notice that there is some liquid inside, so in the gloom of the hallway, it does look like blood. But so you guys not having Mana not saying anything out loud and proceeding to pop the legs off too, who it looks a lot worse than it
So that's
probably
what I see.
yeah, that's what you guys would see. And that's what this lovely gentleman down the hallway sees.
Yeah, and we also didn't all explicitly say we were going either, so.
It's just anyone who would have responded to a call. Um,
Yeah. I think some of us wouldn't, but whatever.
yeah,
Well, Bakari does, so.
I
so
do.
Bakari, Dobat, at nobody.
But the thing is, though I didn't hear a scream or any signs of struggle there, so he's gonna assume something else is at play.
I just think there's termites
Yeah.
in the wall.
Yeah, I thought this day would be a bit messy. I didn't expect to be shot first thing in the morning.
Well, don't walk out on a balcony with strangers.
I didn't even reach the balcony.
I'm not there, but yeah.
The
Okay, what?
the guy at the end of the hall, he's gonna cautiously take 2 steps, hits forward.
A unseen servant will close the door on his face.
He's already out in the hallway, so you can.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay, and as Doba's walking, is approaching, what in the world happened?
Uh, some officials came by and attempted to assassinate me with the intent of resurrecting me afterwards for the fun of it, I guess. Now I have a
And
hole in my clothes.
They said if he had died.
and your friend there?
Puppet.
I am merely here to fulfill my duties.
That's
And then
creepy.
and then Dobat looks up at the person down the hall. And you?
Look, man, I heard I heard a yelp. I thought there was some damsel in distress. I thought I can be a big hero. Um, I'm just gonna go back to
Go back
my
to sleep.
I'm gonna go back to my room. You know, it's Skaaf day. I know things can get crazy. No questions asked on my end. And Just, don't come looking for me next year.
Very
As
well.
long as you don't give me a reason.
I am going to insight
Directing
that.
the random patrons of this place.
I am going to insight that for a 24.
But
You can tell he he's definitely freaked out by the goings on here.
Okay. Just go
But-
back to your room.
He's
I am going. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Gente?
I wasn't thinking Lex was.
Oh, my bad.
I
Then
think.
Nick,
Go ahead.
you were going to do something, Nick?
I was just going to take a look at the quote unquote blood.
Meanwhile, I'm going to activate Detect Magic.
What are you doing there?
I guess
You
my
guys
first
are
question
hanging
is
out in
it
the city. You're supposed to be gathering resources to go dive in these tombs. But you're here on Skaaf Day, so weird stuff's gonna happen. Um, from what you can tell, there doesn't seem to be like this construct has no magic about it whatsoever.
And I don't see any threads, so like puppeteer magic, control magic, anything.
No, it almost seems like it's purposely designed to be able to function in some capacity, but you don't
So,
know how it operates.
independent operation, great. Can't trace
I
them.
I have a. That's why. Is there anything familiar about the quote unquote blood?
The liquid, it seems to be, it's actually very similar in composition to the stuff that mana is made out of, but it's definitely not the same stuff. It
Oh,
seems to
so
be
it's not like my acre.
Um, it's it seems to be somewhat similar. You know that during the Age of Gods, they had the ability to infuse whose construct with the magical liquid that allowed them to um, function in and that even on Cthulhu, there are still such technologies are still being reverse engineered, though not as successfully. Your Iker is basically that same stuff, but it's been modified by your original body to operate in the capacity that it's operating.
Gotcha.
So this is something
Mm.
similar. Someone has taken that same concept and used it to make these constructs, and you don't know who would have that kind of knowledge. But it's
Hmm.
probably something you should be on the lookout for.
Hmm.
I'll bottle up a little bit to keep for later. But nobody will cock his head and be like, "Seems like the clergy might have a connection with someone in the Age of Gods. That, or they have something with, or someone with unparalleled intelligence to be able to reverse engineer something like this."
Fun,
Um,
fun.
with the party we've been traveling with, have we noticed any religious symbols amongst them?
Your party, um,
No, the expedition.
you know that the Aquarius does have a symbol to Herodias is that they keep around their neck. None of the others have any obvious religious symbols that they have on display.
Okay.
I mean, why can't you just ask the puppet who sent him?
Did you guys hear that?
Nope.
Why don't you just ask who sent the puppet?
Who's currently controlling you?
Well, I'm in control of myself at this moment.
Who sent
You
you?
know what I meant.
Clearly.
I was sent by the Master Archivist. Yes, for the church here.
That explains it.
What explains it?
Master Archivist, the one who would have access to all the books to, find this kind of technology.
Well,
I don't
why did he?
suppose you'd be
Why
willing to
did
give
he
us their
send?
address.
You would have to go to the castle to meet them. They serve directly under King Urbadizer.
Uh,
And is there any legal consequence to them participating in Scoff Day like this?
Scorpion.
You do not know it's a very widely celebrated religious holiday. Even King Urbadizer has Scoff Day things that he does. Like he's in the inner square right now, giving out love presents to all the citizens.
Oh,
Well, early for that.
Not really early if it's golf day.
Out of
Oh
game
well,
reminder.
yeah.
How
Morning.
does
Yeah.
Scoff Day
It's like
operate?
6 in the morning. Most people are like getting their shit prepared for the day.
So, yeah, out of game reminder. How does Scoff Day operate?
Um, if you pray to Skaaf, he will send you visions and dreams, and sometimes even directly guide you towards the people who of your affection or ire. Most people don't take it that serious and just use it as a day to play pranks on um other people. But if you are devout enough and pray to him directly, you can like there are some people that have even had like divine thing happenings happen that will bring them and their loved one together. There's like
Okay.
it's
So
it shouldn't it
there's
shouldn't be possible for it to happen, but somehow everything lined up.
so there's no real consequence to doing nothing.
No,
Okay.
Good to know.
Figured I would double check that because Balak did kind of nothing last time. But all right. So what do we do with and Dobad's looking to you. So what do we do with them, Mana?
ask him.
Well,
Can I wake up? I'm just gonna wake up.
hey, you're probably awake because Ikon was in the room screaming, yelling, and pointing at the wall. So
I guess I'll go outside and get something to drink.
I'm thinking mm, mm, mm,
Let's get him
this
into the
is a
room
show.
at least.
Well,
Can
yes.
we figure out? Did he explain why the shepherd's guy came to attack Mana?
He has not.
Did you ask?
We're
Not
probably about,
specifically that.
we're probably about to once we get out of the hallway.
Oh my goodness.
Like there's this, like as you guys are talking, there's like a couple at the top of the stairs just sort of standing there. They, it's just, it's been too awkward for them to say anything, and they've been there too long to make a big scene of it, but not long enough that that you guys have noticed them.
So we just at this point we move them. We move into the room.
Honestly, I don't know why people are so shocked that this is happening today of all the days.
And
No,
while we
yeah,
do, I do prestidigitation for anything that nobody doesn't collect.
um, prestidigitation does not work on this liquid.
Huh.
You are able to collect it into a pile, but you cannot make it. You cannot destroy it with prestidigitation.
I assume I can bottle it easy enough. Correct?
Um, yeah, but all of it sort of just collects into the one bottle that yeah,
Nobody has.
that nobody has.
Okay, then if there's no real mess, then I just don't do anything.
It does leave like a stain, a oily stain on the carpet, but it
But that
and
can't be cleaned with my
yeah,
spell.
yeah, it can't be cleaned with the spell either.
Okay. Well, we just move on.
Bakari,
Are we not acknowledging
I don't
that?
suppose you have any history with
They,
puppetry.
yeah, the couple just it treat, creeps on by and goes into the room across from you guys.
Okay. Is
They,
Keontae cutting out for anybody else?
yeah.
No,
Yeah,
he's cutting out quite a bit.
Yeah. Okay, it wasn't just me.
Cutting out.
Yeah, you're cutting out entirely at points.
No, it's probably because I have my microphone raised up on my head so that it can pick up Lex as well. But
Hmm.
what I was saying is the couple just goes into the room across from yours.
So everything.
Yes, they saw everything.
Then no one's gonna
Then they also heard that the church put out a hit on us. Us.
Well, you don't know at what point in your conversation they got to the top of the stairs. So, yeah, the hallway seems to be getting pretty busy. You guys move inside the room.
Okay. Bakari, do you have any experience with artifice puppets?
With puppets?
Yes.
Not particularly.
I wouldn't
Especially not
necessarily call
complex
myself a
puppetry.
puppet.
Can you explain to us why there was a hit out on
Then would you care to elaborate
Skaaf?
while I take you apart?
Why? Why? Well, you see, it all goes back about a week or two ago, when when Mana was fighting against the Cardinal. Mana, Mana and
What?
Mana and his allies nearly killed the Cardinal. The bishop has since placed a hit out on Mana specifically for this in one day in this one occasion. There are people, there are members of the Church of Inmost Light in every region are that our organization has reached. He's, that we're prepared to confront you when we saw you. It was actually
Oh,
pretty easy to find you since you are wearing the same face that you were wearing that day. I mean, most people can't change their faces, so it, we, you know, you're wearing the same clothes. Those you look the same. You didn't try and hide your face or anything, or use magic to disguise yourself. So it was very easy to track you down.
Hmm.
Which means that for this entire day, you're pretty much being hunted.
No, no,
Probably.
it was just the one. It was just the one, a one-off thing. We're not seeking King Mana's life because the cardinal was still alive. If the cardinal were not alive, the bishop probably would be seeking for your life.
That game. Oh yeah, he did live, didn't he?
She.
See, whoever.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be getting back to the temple. They're going to like sort of lift up on their one remaining arm.
I'll pull off.
Yeah, I'm about to say they're talking as they are being dissected, pretty much.
Isn't this a bit much?
Uh, I don't suppose there's gonna be any problem. Well,
Well, considering they said they get out on me, and
I don't know
I
if
don't
they can hear
imagine
that.
I don't know if the entire organization is as willing to let it go as it is.
There's a loud knock at the door.
who is it?
Housekeeping.
Funny.
Try again.
It's early in the morning.
We seek the enlightened one.
There you are.
We don't
My
know.
body, can you get that?
We don't know what
Hmm.
we weren't given like a passphrase or anything.
Novat's just gonna kind of stand there and wait to see what the rest of the party does.
I'm busy. I've never read it.
Enlightened one. Is that what you called me throughout the year I've been missing?
I had to think of
We were told the apostle was seen being near here.
What are you talking about?
Nobody will oh I guess nobody will open the door and see what's going on.
Uh, you will see the five of the
That's not housekeeping.
those, those be bedraggled individuals. Um, one of them wearing a the scarf that's been turned into a hood that has like these eyes along the rim. And they have a blindfold over their eyes. It's, and the rest are wearing like these tattered travel robes.
Trying to tell us
They
who you are
they
before you
most
begin.
likely have not cleansed themselves in a while, except for the one in the back who looks like they just came from a nice ball,
A nice what?
like a nice party or ball or something.
Hmm. So, you seek an enlightened one. You have found them.
The guy in the back's gonna pipe up. Uh, well, they said you'd be taller, but that I mean,
I'm
if,
staying put.
I, I mean, hush, hush, hush. Um, yes, we were seeking to go against the divine will cause chaos and mischief, if and bring you money.
I'm gonna insight check.
Hmm. So,
Who's they?
please tell me, how did
Nat
y'all
20.
Oh, wow. Please tell me, how did y'all survive the brutal divine carnage at Goldport?
Um, well, you see, we kind of weren't there. You see, probably about 2 months ago, I set out on a holy mission to seek followers in far-flung regions. I wasn't really told to do so, but I felt in my heart that that would be what the apostle would want me to do. So, I hid myself inside of a shipping crate filled with lemons,
Hmm?
and
I sniffed
So,
the air.
does my insight give me anything on this?
this guy seems to be in a state of ecstasy, as far as you can tell. He's very elated to be here.
So he is not lying in the slightest.
Cool.
It's it's hard to tell.
Even
Well,
with a nat 20, yeesh.
Well, remember, insight isn't like lie detector. It just gives you. It's like a vibe check.
Yeah, but so it is just impossible to get a read on him then.
He's smiling with tears in his eyes, and he's just happily explaining this story of how he was shipped from town to town, um, in various food. Like first it was a lemon crate, then it was he, a meat truck he hid in the back of that he nearly froze to death with all the ice that was packed in there. But he used his sheer force of will to keep himself going, and then he made it to Arun, where he picked up the 3 or 4 followers, and they decided, well, it would take too long to get the people of the outer part of the city together. But if they went to a bigger city and found a sponsor here that will help them build themselves a build themselves a church, they can maybe be outwit the cult that's growing in power here in Arun. Uh, And if they could do that, then they'd be in your guys' good graces. So they traveled all the way here to Nehustan, and they've since been in um, living in the alleys, scrounging what they could for food, and they destroyed a couple of food stands that were trying to sell these holy melons that have become popular lately. That were supposedly blessed by the goddess of nature. They they knocked over a couple of food stands, squashed the melons, you know
I'm gonna AFK for a minute.
they feel kind of proud of themselves for doing that. Two of them got arrested though.
oh dear. Well, while this is happening, I'm going to be cross-referencing. I'm going to let me go ahead and cast the size spell. Where is it? Oh well, I guess it's not spell. But I am gonna be I am gonna be searching to really make sure. But so surface thoughts. Does it kind of confirm?
Yeah, his surface thoughts are a lot of if wow,
No laughter.
wow, look at him. He's so much as more chaotic than I thought. Just his outfit is so wow, and the crown. So beautiful. And like just him thinking of the story itself.
Well then, y'all have couldn't have come at a better time.
Yes, they could.
This may be a fun first. What would be the first? Not activity. What I'm trying to say.
Mm,
Well, first, a good start to of something beautiful that we can create together. I see potential in each of you. So, let us put the potential to use. There may be. You will step aside.
I'm, I'm I'm assuming you're gonna ask them to set up the ritual site for you.
Actually, that is a good. Hmm. How about for now? Take a little time, get some rest, or get at least a little bit of rest, and clean up a bit. Then later, I do have an assignment for y'all.
They do let
I
you
need
know.
you to.
They do let you know that
What's up?
they have a small abandoned in um the there's a small abandoned tabernacle that was is erected in the outtown area
Hmm.
that they sort of co-opted for their needs. The all the like all the statues and stuff have been taken in out of it, so it's basically just a large meeting tent at this point. But it's big enough for their it from what they're saying it sounds big enough for what you need space wise.
Perfect. Actually, please show the way. I'm um sorry. Well, Mana, Akari, if you are interested in coming with, of course, do what you need to do before coming. I'm gonna go set up something. Ascending stone? Bye.
Sure, I can't hear you.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're a
you're
little. I'm hearing you through Sarah.
sorry. Eh, Um, I'll be a bit behind because I'm going to pack this one up to make them easier to transport. Uh,
And uh, and of course, Pakari, you are welcome to come with if you would like. Well, whenever y'all can catch up, I will be on my way. Now, also, you don't need to give me a sending stone. My telepathic speech works for like a good couple miles.
oh,
Yeah, but it's one
we'll do
way.
that. Well, I only need directions.
Okay. Well, I'll take it just in case,
Alright.
because it could be just out of range for all I know.
Alright. Okay, let's see. Bakari, what are you going to do?
I mean, I guess I got nothing better to do. I can go hang out with them if they need help with something.
Okay. Adarpi, what are you going to do? Not get in trouble. Okay. Are you gonna hang out inside of your room, or are you gonna explore the city?
Probably explore the city a bit. I would eat something.
Okay. I'm sure Picard would have made something for breakfast, but hey, if you want to sample the local cuisine, there's
Yeah.
that as well.
And see about the bar.
That bar. Okay. Let- All right. What's Nissa going to do?
I would make those sweets.
Making.
Scoff Day gifts.
You're making soft day gifts. All right. Get. Do you have cook's tools or survival, or just a
Hmm?
straight up charisma?
Hmm. Hmm. I'll try with survival, even though it's not trained, but still has to give me the better benefits. Mm. 11.
All right. You make some decent cookies and small fake sweets. You take some bags that you some like small silk pouches that you have, and you're able to fill them with sweet treats.
Okay, I'm back. What's going on?
This is making treats for
Okay.
someone or everyone or no one. Maybe this is just making them for herself. All right. Dorothy, you're walking around town, minding your own business, when you see a familiar couple who walking down the street. Um, it's your it's your distant cousin, yeah, the the Minotaur guy. You know,
Oh, cool.
he's
Him
like,
and his wife?
yeah, they're
His
it's
wife's so sweet.
it looks like they're on honeymoon.
Still? It's been a minute.
it's it's been a couple of weeks.
That's what I mean. It's been a minute.
Well, also the city got uh, low key destroyed, so they might not be able to come back from honeymoon until things get fixed. Because remember, they left immediately to go to visit her family after the wedding. So
Yeah. Okie dokie.
you'll see him wave you down. It's real easy to see each other in the crowd when most of the people in the city are goblins and halflings. So it's real easy to notice each other. He's like 8, 10 feet tall. You're like 6.5 feet
I
tall.
am not that tall. I'm five something. I think I'm shorter than Nissa.
I don't think anyone's shorter than Nissa.
I feel
I
like
think
I am.
Nissa's the shortest.
I was like five something.
And he waves you down. He seems to be in good spirits. Ah, cousin, and how goes things? What brings you to this city?
Just traveling a bit, a little here, a little there. Honestly, looking for a good bar as I look around.
A good bar. Er,
All seems
He thinks for a second. Oh, you know, for what the best bar that I can think of. If if you our old Chef Reme, he has this really nice restaurant here in town that he's sort of taken over. He was sort of bitter about about what happened at the wedding, at the reception, um, and he was plotting some sort of revenge or something. I'm not sure what that was all about, but he definitely was not putting his time and energy into serving us our food adequately. So we had to let him go. But he since has he got over his obsession with taking down your bat friend, and he seems to really be on the mend now.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go and see him. No, stop that. Maybe tomorrow.
Well, he has a really good restaurant. They have some of the best drinks there. He imports wine straight from the Dark Continent. Do you know how far away that is? Ah, some of the best wine I've had. You didn't hear it from me, but I think it's made from crushed up insects that have been refined and boiled down into like this thick viscous liquid that they mix with some different fruits and berries and stuff, and then they turn that into wine. That's probably what gives it its distinct acidity and tanginess.
Well, I'll put him on my calendar to see him tomorrow.
Okay.
Where are you guys headed?
We're heading to the we're heading to the park. It's kind of it's kind of a romantic place at this time of year. Here, got all the flowers and stuff. It's the only green space in the city, so we wanted to see it. You do you have the ability to get into the inner city? If you don't know, you probably don't. It's a really beautiful place. You can see the castle from there. There,
I believe anything you can do in the inner city.
I
Well,
have it.
technically, if you're going there, how
Mm,
do you get the ability to get in? I mean, I know
well,
that you're all
you either have high status or you make great contributions in battle, or, or you make contributions to the city itself. I simply had to perform a few miracles here, call down the rain for the fields a couple of times, so, so whoosh, whoosh, storm, storm. And they were so impressed they gave me free access to the upper city.
well. I mean, look, if you have a free moment and I'm on my command, you can take me in, show me around. We're gonna be here for a while. It's not required. You know me. You know me.
It's not that I don't. It's not that I don't have love for you. Uh, it's not that I don't want to you know
Break the chains of your current marriage because you
I
figured
my
out.
pass is only for two people, and if I were to take you, we we couldn't both go. Yeah, you see that it makes it's awkward,
Well,
awkward.
Pocari's here. I can send her to Pocari and see if Pocari can feed her and then just hold her off for a bit.
Look, she's eyeing that necklace right now. So I'm about to have to drop 20 gold on that. So let's just keep things copacetic. We'll do we can do lunch. We'll do lunch tomorrow. So I know a great place. You know,
All I'm thinking is this is a waste of a conversation.
it's look.
In my head, I'm not saying it out loud.
How about this? I can give you here. He's going to take out a small little statue that it looks tiny in his hands, but when he hands it to you, it's like someone's handing you a telescope. It's like a small little pillar with a copy as the top. This is a direct line to Skaaf. If you pray to this, you will get your Skaaf Day wish. It'll only work for today, though. I, I'm
My Scott Day wish.
yes. If there's anyone that you just want to meet and show love or affection for, or anyone you just wanted to get some sort of revenge on, but it can help you get there.
I'll just give him a hug. I think I have to only probably wrap my arm around his leg, but it's fine.
He'll give you a pat on the back. Like, it's good to see you.
I'll go hug my cousin-in-law and
It's,
then wish her well, and then tell her, "Ooh, look, there's matching earrings," and then I'll run off.
he'll give you a hug back, and then he'll you'll do your thing. All right. Um. Let's see. All right, then. I guess we can.
I don't like the idea of having to pray to a deity that I don't really.
Why does this not have any notes on it? I had notes for all these things, and they're just gone. That's no fun.
Eaten by the void.
Well, who had the quest from Layla? Let me see who.
I mean, I did, probably.
The one to meet Kirke.
So,
Sure did.
to meet Kirke. Who would Kirke be?
Um, she's the one that's supposed to be helping you guys get into the tomb. The, um,
So I have a gun worth. I can see a gun worth fighting for, and I can see the quest for Melanin. I don't see anything else, but I
yeah,
probably would have been.
that's the one.
Which one? The quest?
Yes. I don't know. I can't
Um,
see who
meet.
can.
I mean, I see it.
So all of
But I
you can
don't.
see it. Uh, it doesn't say who. It was the first quest that you guys ever received in the campaign, so I don't
Okay,
know.
then all of us.
So
I
yeah,
mean, I'll take it. Being the one of the quote unquote more loyal to Layla, I'll go ahead and work on it because I've got nothing else to do.
alright. So you would for that you would need to ask around about Kirke.
Yep. I'll use my social bard skills to talk around.
Alright.
What do you need?
When I do head out, I will make sure that Layla's watching. Not Layla. What's her name? Daya's watching over Junior.
Hope you're paying her. That boy's crazy.
When you drop. Dea, all when you drop Junior off at Dea, it's not the blue-haired Dea that you who see. It's the red-haired Dea. She's at the wagon, sort of just leaned up against it.
Hmm. I don't suppose that the bat's still here.
Nope.
Sure, this can be before you left.
Why do you want to stick me with a kid when I'm about to go out into town on a quest for Layla?
No, I don't want to talk to this version of Dea by myself.
Oh, yeah, I could be leaving then.
Well, you have to specifically travel a ways to get to the wagon. The wagon isn't parked at the, and the
Oh,
wagon's
so
parked at the front of the district.
then, unless I have a reason to go on that route, probably not.
You can go that way. You're just asking around town, uh,
Okay, yeah,
but that's only if you want to.
sure.
Thank you.
Out of game, it's alright. Kiari's afraid of a redhead.
Look, I don't want to deal with whatever Dea has going on Skaaf Day.
Okay. So I guess we approach.
The mechanical parrot will squawk, and you'll see her knock it off the side of the wagon, and to silence it.
Yeah, okay.
Ah, well, well, look who decided to show up today. Hey, the goop boy. I,
How are you feeling today?
hmm, I'm. I have a few questions, and depending on the answer to those questions will determine how I'm feeling today.
Hmm. Okay.
I've se-
We
I've
can
seen
Questions
only
for you.
answer them to the best of our ability.
so I've seen you use teleportation magic before. Would
You're
you?
referring to Dobat?
No, she's
I'm
talking about you.
I'm I'm talking about you with your the little zoopy thing that you do sometimes.
Oh, that.
Yes.
Do you? I know the the night that my sister um, disappeared, or that you know I the I went to go see her, not long before she disappeared, and seemed fairly content and you know finding finding an escape. But you see, something's been just nagging in my spirit. Just
Nope.
just
Nope.
just tickling the back of my braids, and I've been wondering,
Nope.
why can't I get in contact with her? Her
Okay, I'm trying to remember. Out of game, do we know what actually happened?
no.
No.
Okay.
We know the implication, but the specifics we don't know.
Yeah, we know that the room collapsed, I think,
Yeah,
when
No,
she
we know that
disappeared.
she broke out
yeah,
of
you
the
guys.
ceiling.
What what you guys know is that the ceiling was has caved in, and there was no evidence of her in the room.
Okay.
We also
Well,
know that Adarpi came back suspiciously that night.
yeah,
I did
so
it.
that we can.
well, you guys, you get um
Because we had a whole talk about it,
from what I was listening to,
and we agreed to not delve too deeply
you
into it.
guys noticed her leaving. Didn't notice her necessarily notice her coming back, but you did see her that following morning. But you guys didn't really he take you guys didn't really question anything or do anything about it. You guys had a
We
brief
yeah, we
conversation about it, but you didn't
Well,
confront her or anything in game.
well, we did agree. We did question her, but we agreed to not delve deep into it as long as she would be more truthful in the future.
What? I would never agree to that.
Well, anyway,
Okay.
so I'm I'm just wondering if you guys know what could have happened that night because my sister's a lot of things, but a spellcaster she is not.
I ain't got the foggiest.
Is this an accusation?
No accusations. Then- Look, we're allies here. You guys haven't given me a reason to do anything untoward toward you. But yeah, we also aren't that close. I barely know of all of you.
Mhm.
You
So
also don't
then let
really
me.
come and talk to me that often. So that's
Mm,
uh, one thing or the other. So
yeah.
I feel like we talked plenty.
once every 3 days isn't plenty.
But let me answer. Let me ask a question to your question. How do you normally contact her?
You'll see
If I remember
she'll
correctly, she doesn't.
she will like pull aside her shirt and you'll see a series of tattoos on her upper shoulder there,
Mm-hmm.
and like you'll see different hint symbols. There's about 12 of them.
Can I
The
tell that they're probably spell tattoos?
most likely you have seen her do like you saw her making a tattoo once at the Adventurers Guild party. So you can assume that that's something that she's capable of doing.
Okay. Message sending.
Well, oh, I can close off some theories that you may be having. I did not facilitate a, or participate in any potential breakout of your sister,
And I
nor do I
myself.
have the connections to who who cover such a act.
Yeah, you do.
And you've seen me plenty throughout the guild, but my magic is limited to the point where I could not pull such a feat. You've seen how I can be in fights.
I will also say that I did not have a hand in any potential assassination that may have occurred.
Why would that even be needed to say?
I,
What makes you
I,
think? What makes you think that she could have potentially been assassinated?
I don't have anything of the sort. However, I'm going down a list of potential outcomes. That's why I mentioned her breaking out.
You
So, if I can finish.
still
As far as
lean back against the wagon.
as for the potential of assassination, and, and at current, I would have had no benefit from it, as if I was going to risk my life for something like that, I would have probably eaten her so that I can impersonate her, her, and benefit from the Nazi military's occupation. And as you can see, I'm traveling in a cart in the middle of a war zone.
Not a game. You just said that with Junior right beside you, didn't you? Or is Junior back at the inn?
Junior,
Oh, I assume Junior is not here for this.
Oh,
well,
okay.
no, you were bringing Junior to her, so I would assume that
Oh, I
if
would
you,
send Junior into the cart.
Oh yeah, and sorry for 'cause I was gonna say that I was gonna go with them as well to take cookies to her, but I
okay,
was muted by accident. I didn't realize it.
I would assume that Nissa and Junior are there, if, unless you had stated previously that you were sending Junior away, he would be present.
Oh, then before all that, I'm going to send Junior inside.
You tell Junior to go inside. He looks a bit puzzled, but he's going to listen and go inside.
And then the rest
Okay,
of the conversation.
conversation up until this point.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. So, as far as I'm aware, uh, I do not have concrete proof that your sister has escaped or has been killed, at least with any intentionality, if she has passed.
As for the question of why you cannot get in contact with her, I'm going to go under the assumption that the tattoo is message or sending, meaning that if she has left, she could be in some kind of anti-magic area to prevent being scryed on in case that was an assassination attempt, or if someone else is looking for her for one reason or another. Or if that was an escape, she could have potentially been plane shifted, which I don't believe some of those spells would work on. That is, of course, assuming that she is alive either through breakout or a failed assassination attempt.
And if you're truly accusing us, why don't you just check our stuff to see if we have anything that ties us to her?
Hmm, that is true. Oh, but it, as I have my own secrets, I choose not to go through your guys' stuff if when with him within reason. Sometimes I have to move your stuff aside to make modifications to the wagon.
I have a question. Did you reach out to the local government at the time?
I did. They gave me, they all gave me the same account. The roof collapsed. That someone then left, and that when they went to investigate, there was no sign of her, just a wet floor.
That floor, that was.
Well,
Only in that room.
I don't know.
It.
It was already raining. That's the reason why I was able to do it.
Oh yeah, it was raining. I think so. Yeah.
I didn't have to bring a storm. All I had to do was call freeze the ice. Praise the water.
Yeah, I don't know. So,
Well,
if you truly,
oh, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, today is Skaaf Day. If someone is hiding something from you, perhaps Skaaf can give you a vision.
Oh my god.
You're right. It, I'm not a very devout woman, but I guess I could pray for clarity on this.
Oh yeah, and on that note, I brought you some cookies as a Scoff Day gift.
Oh, thank you, Nissa. Uh, Here, so he's gonna hand you a clockwork pendant. Aren't you
Oh,
the
thank you.
sweetest? Yeah. Back in my pirating days, I would scoop you up and made you a cabin girl.
I believe that's kidnapping.
Yeah.
At a certain point, it's no longer kidnapping. It's advanced hiring, advanced forced hiring. Once you get a
Is
taste
it
of it,
truly kidnapping if you don't have parents either?
Yes, and it's still kidnapping.
Yeah, you're still being taken somewhere against your will, therefore it is still technically kidnapping. Eh. But that is all I can say on the matter, as out of game, I believe at the time I was recovering or resting.
Now,
That was the
oh,
day right after the cult fight, right?
Mhm.
Hmm. So
now
yeah,
some people might have. Oh,
yeah, I
sorry.
was say, yeah, I was gonna say, for that the evening that incident occurred, I was recovering from nearly dying to a very large snake.
And I was taking care of Junior. You might find you might find something out if you ask everyone else. 'Cause I believe some were out in the town late that night. They might have seen someone suspicious.
So he relents and, and gives you guys all clockwork pendants.
I'll put mine on. What?
Oh, I like the clockwork pendant magic item.
Oh, it does something?
Interesting.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, it allows you to replace your rolls with a number once a day.
Nice.
Is it a
I
magic
think it's
item?
like
Is it that magic item?
You have no idea.
Eh. Well, I'm putting mine on, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't exactly have anything else in the pendant slot. So
Yep, might as well put it on.
That just is nice.
alright.
When you receive something and you use the thing.
Well, I don't know that there is a thing to use. It is just a cool pendant, as far as I am aware.
Mm-hmm.
Cool pendant. Isn't it like a pin? Like a
It's,
nice little
yeah, it's
Nice new
just
fashion statement.
yeah, like
yeah.
a
So
necklace.
you just put it on.
Yeah, I'm wearing mine now. But
Mm-hmm.
anyways, I am gonna go ahead and take care of my little quest. Unless you have any more questions.
So, just send the others my way if you see them around.
Very
oh,
well.
and there. Uh, uh, don't do anything too rash. If you need assistance, contact us. As you're probably aware, uh, uh, we are quite capable if you need assistance.
I am going to head off. I'm just gonna
Okay.
add a clockwork pendant random item to my inventory.
Oh, Nista, by the way, are you going to be out and about out today?
Mm, I don't know why.
Oh, I was going to let you borrow this. It's my fan.
What does it do?
It makes you faster, harder to, uh, you know, hold down for a little bit.
I see.
In case somebody gives you a type of trouble that you don't want to deal with yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Hmm. Yeah, I guess. I mean, we do need to gather information on the tombs around here.
I'm gonna go meet up with nobody in Picari. Stay safe.
Yep.
Yeah,
Good
you
luck.
too. And we'll head off to find Cersei, or to start asking around for Cersei.
Okay. They just give me a quick um roll to. You can either use investigation into like search records and like um and the like. You can use perception to look for like this signs or anything, or you can use diplomacy to um talk to people.
I will use persuasion to
Okay.
talk to people with a inspiration.
Could have
So
used could use intimidation as your diplomacy tactic, you know.
it's the same roll between persuasion and intimidation. So I'm just going to use persuasion.
Alright.
Technically, I could use perception as the higher roll, but I choose to use the social aspect of the bard and get partially punished for it. So let me go ahead and use that inspiration. Where did I put it? There you are. Use ability. Roll. So 17 overall.
Alright. You hear that Kirke is the um is currently the head head the head mage for the king, but she's with him as he's going through the city giving out gifts and
So
love offerings to the people.
okay, so she's at the town center right now.
hmm Well, they tell you there's going to be a parade through the lower city as well.
Uh, but I need to get in touch with her somehow. So okay, what were we told from Layla about Kirke?
Kirke is was one of her students that had sort of, of that she's the only one of her students that managed to survive a back then what happened to Layla. So Kirke he is Kirke is unique. That's all you've been told.
Okay,
She
I,
somehow survived this long,
okay. So I haven't, and I wasn't told any special way to contact her. Just meet her somehow.
hmm Layla has no idea what her current status is. She just knew that she was
Okay.
alive.
So she's somewhere around town. There's going to be a parade later.
hmm
I'll wanting to try and get to meet her before having to try to flag her down in a parade. I'm gonna just start looking around now that I know roughly where I need to look.
Right. So as you're looking around for that information, we'll move on to the blasphemy theme.
Oh boy.
Can't hear you.
When you say it like that, it sounds like a bad thing.
Alright, so the you get nobody. You'll get to the tabernacle first. It's basically a really big tent. It like if you've seen those party tents that can fit like 100 people, it's basically that, but it's sectioned off into like two different areas. There's a main area and then a back area where you would assume that people get ready for whatever speeches or things that they're trying to present. Uh,
Hmm.
But your disciples have sort of co-opted that back area as their living space, and then they have a bunch of like random um, blankets and pillows that they've strewn in the main area where they've been holding their sermons, quote unquote. That they've put like with your guidance, they've cleared everything out and essentially set up the ritual site with the staff at the center.
Before we begin, you may be wonder you may be wondering why I haven't asked for your names yet.
Because as our names are irrelevant, it's probably because he doesn't care.
Or no, more is like is you won't be needing them much longer.
Oh,
You
I
see,
didn't think it was
names.
that kind of thing. I mean, I'm
No,
down. I'm down. Yeah, yeah.
hold on.
I didn't really like life anyway. Hey, we have a dagger too.
You will
Yeah.
not be sacrificing each other. We're going to start this off with a symbolic, um, ritual to defy fate. Forget me not, for I am nobody. I have abandoned my name. So, just as I have, burn away your destined fate, for names have great powers in this world. And he'll each hand them a piece of paper.
Wow, that's the expensive stuff.
And basically he will light a fire in front of his idol and the staff. I do not take this lightly, as our name can be not only beneficial to our can hold great power, but they're also great change. So I ask you this: write your names down and burn them away, and take on new names as a way of um, taking control of your own fate, of a symbolic burning of your connection to the divine. Do this in devotion to me, not as your god, but as your herald, a herald of chaotic liberation. Do this in devotion to each other, because our potential shall overthrow the divine. Do this in devotion to the unenlightened, who unknowingly go about their lives unaware their true potential is locked away from them. And not only that, do this in devotion to yourself, for only you can take fate into your own hands. Forget me not, for I am no. The fire will as he's doing this, he's raising his hands in a theatrical gesture. The artifact is spinning behind him as he'll use prestidigitation to make the flames kind of royal behind him.
I'll give a little clap and shout and joy.
And he will step to the side to see if they are truly willing to burn away their past.
Right. One writes a very long name. The guy that's wearing the fancy outfit. It looks like he has like 15 names, and he just sort of writes it front and back. Like, he seems very cavalier about it. It, but
I'm
really,
gonna get rid of a long ass name like that too. It's Magic Kindergarten.
and
All right.
they be prepared to throw their names into the fire.
You do not have to tell me now,
I didn't
but I
hear
would
you.
like to know, or
You're breaking
what are
up.
your new? Oh, sorry. What are your new names now?
Oh, we're supposed to come up with new names. wait, wait,
We can.
King and Roger.
this will be
The
about
whole,
the. This will be about the time that I guess Picard would show up.
Oh, I thought Picard was there this entire time, just
Uh,
standing in the background.
oh yeah, we could assume so.
Watching all this, like, okay.
do not worry. You do not have to do this now. But when you do, proclaim it to me. Say, "Forget me not, for I am."
Oh.
You get the.
What about the ones that already threw their names in the fire?
But
Picard is currently thinking that these two people share a brain cell.
Okay. So
Split
the,
between them.
the five of them sort of get together there, and they just sort of chat like, oh yeah, that would be an awesome name. I want to be that.
They're boy banding it up.
All right. So I'll come up with names for
yeah,
them. Um,
I did kind of throw you to the deep end for that, so I'm not expecting
well, I
names right
already
now.
had names for them. But now I have to come up with new names for them.
I mean, technically, you could still use the same names. I don't. Technically, nobody would not know the previous names.
Yeah, so they burned away you burned away a random name, and now they have the names that you gave them.
Unless they have like connections to like families like that, and it might be a bit different.
Some of them may have connections to.
It would probably be beneficial to know what
But it's
We'll see
fine.
if that comes to bite us in the ass later.
They will all burn away their old names and take on new identities. You have now gained 5 nobodies.
Honestly, I was tempted to just be like, everyone's nobody. No. I was tempted, but no. I'm not that narcissistic.
Now that they've all become nobodies, you have to go out and find their heart list so that they can combine together and become whole.
Well, it is a shame that 2 of us is now in prison. But I'll try my best to see that they are. But for now, we are burning daylight in a very special day. A day that we shall blaspheme divine. As he gestures to the staff. This staff belongs to the very god whose day it is.
Wait,
We shall prove.
sir,
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to be rude or interrupt you, but is it is it a good idea to do that today?
He
I
literally
think
just
that's the point.
committed himself to chaos. What is? Did he not realize what he was doing?
I mean,
He
like,
changed
This
his
is
whole
part.
name.
I mean, nobody literally just gave a speech about casting down the divine.
I
Like, what
mean,
did he think
yeah,
was gonna happen?
but today is the day that Skaaf is like, staring down on the world, giving their approval on the, and disapproval on things. So,
Uh-huh.
Then we must stare right at back and sow chaos where we can.
hmm.
No.
Especially on
You know
their
what?
day.
You know what?
We must
It makes
we must
sense.
clean.
I think it makes sense. Yeah, yeah.
They're having to convince themselves now. They should have convinced themselves before they got on that boat in that lemon crate.
But I think, how about we have a symbol for this group? As he'll do another prestidigitation and kind of on one of the walls of the behind the staff, a six-winged moth with eyes on each wing appears. And with this, we make ourselves known.
The guy that had the scarf with the eyes on it, he's gonna literally he take the scarf off and just sort of like tear the eyes off the scarf and sort of in the moment just sort of loosely make the moth on the back of his scarf.
Creative.
What?
He
He
like
what?
he takes the eyes off the edge of his scarf, like he just tears them out, and then he sews the eyes like as you're showing this and talking, he's like literally sewing the eyes onto the back of his scarf, so that when he makes it into a hood again, it'll sew like that same moth symbol on very loosely
Ah,
made out of cloth on the back of his scarf.
Uh, and with
Okay,
this, we
this is
make ourselves known as a meteor descends.
let us begin. As I will set the void and bloodstones I guess around the fire.
Okay. You to do so. Now, huh, you're doing basically three things. You're leveling up, you're attempting a ritual to corrupt this staff, and you're establishing in your zone of power here.
in the tent. Okay.
All
So,
religions must start somewhere.
so
Well,
yeah.
I wouldn't say religion.
So, th- which would you like to do first?
Hmm, tis a good question.
Wait, you're gonna be one level higher than the rest of the party?
I mean, I've had the level up stuff for a while now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the rest of us haven't gotten our level up stuff.
Um,
Um,
a couple of people are really close to having everything they need. It's just,
I think I'm just missing a few things.
yeah.
I'm gonna say I don't have anything, I'm pretty sure, so.
The party has enough stuff for Picari, but you'd have to go to individual oh, people in the party to get the stuff from them, like the level up the stones.
I mean, if we just want to agree to all level up in the next long rest, we can do that.
I don't know if we all have enough stuff. That's the problem. But we can discuss that after Nick's doing his thing right now.
I think it would probably be wise to do the level up first. Which I am going to be taking a level into Warlock
Oh,
and performing a heart pact.
Oops, all warlocks.
okay. Heart pack.
Not me.
Now,
Yeah.
oh, this is the thing that I was
Warlock of the Void.
when you mentioned it to me before. I was like, yes, this is the thing that I love writing for. All right. To make a heart pact, you must sacrifice yourself to yourself. So make an offering of your own heart and soul and life to the eternity that is you, to gain knowledge and insight into the deeper deeper magics through the sacrifice of oneself. And you're
I
making
totally forgot about the sacrifice.
all right. Give
But you were
me
saying so.
give me a charisma save. If as your let me look at how much what you need for
Okay.
I've
Before we
arrived at this point, right?
yeah you would be getting here around um, now.
Oh,
you
you
be
just got
getting
to the
here
good stuff.
as the magic begins to swirl.
You missed his riveting speech.
Alright,
I
so
did.
you would need
Yeah, I can't do it.
three 300 gold worth of treasure to sacrifice to this as well for
Oh,
I think we got that easy.
yeah. I probably would have gathered that, or I can easily sacrifice one of the couple of magic items in my inventory right now.
I thought he was going to say I could easily sacrifice one of those guys. Just threw their name out.
would you like to spend gold, treasure, or sacrifice a magic item?
Hmm.
Glides one of the bajillion platinums.
I guess it would probably be best to just do it from the treasure. But, question. How much? Oh. How much do I need again?
300.
300.
Okay, that's a little. Okay, that might be a little overkill. But
It's whatever treasure nobody has on them, or has been brought to this.
I guess. Is there a benefit for going a bit overboard?
Um, not necessarily.
Dang. So I shouldn't do the Staff of the Woodlands, which is counts as 40,000 gold.
No, you probably should not.
We have a few Ring of Water Walking, which I don't think anybody's gonna ever use, and I brought
I'm
back 3 of
actively
them.
using one.
How much is one?
1,500, and I have 2 on my person for some odd reason. So if you needed a treasure, you could have taken one of those.
Then I'll use one of those.
You sure? I'm pretty sure we have 300 gold.
I mean, the breastplate plus one breastplate would be more than enough. I don't think anyone needs a plus one breastplate.
Yeah, I mean, we got that. We got a +3 longbow. We got a +1 of the sling is being used by Junior.
I'll use the +1 breastplate because it's in my inventory and we don't have to do like a retcon to get it.
Okay. I
You will sacrifice the
Maybe you can.
+1 and breastplate. As it dissolves into magical energy, you can feel your soul expanding. Give me the charisma save as you are making a connection with yourself. Hope to create this pack, and you do need to. Well, you do need to make the pack itself.
Um,
Sort of like whatever your tenets for your pact will be that you have to follow, otherwise you essentially stop existing.
oh, basically it's just never accept help from the divine, or always do your best to make sure what was I saying? Make sure to never accept help from the divine.
You can type it out later and just send it to
Yeah.
me. All right. Mana and Picard, are you going to assist in this any?
I think I
Actually,
will.
I wanted to see if let me where is should be work on. Dang, no. Magical guidance won't help me.
Yeah, Betsy, that's a. I wish I could have inspoed you, but the inspiration would have worn off by the time you got there.
Ability check for a skill. So yeah, I kind of have to take the 9.
Okay.
Can I? Well, can I give him advantage?
You can lower the DC.
I'll do that.
Go ahead and roll to assist. You're essentially be helping guide the energy. So roll a mental
But I
stat of your choice. This will be a check rather than a saving throw, though.
okay. That's taking a second to load. Come on. But I'm trying to get it working.
You're, uh, do you want me to roll it for you?
Yes, please.
Okay. Let me pull up mine. Which check did you want to do?
Intelligence, probably.
You sure you don't want to
With those
do
dice.
wisdom or
No,
charisma?
no, intelligence.
Oh,
Oof.
Oh,
7.
Yeah, and I just got it working too.
Oof. This is the. I think Skaaf is sitting there smiling at the misfortune.
do you want to um, roll from yours and see? Just
Yes,
being
I believe
gracious,
in myself.
but you don't believe in the me that believes in you.
that's better.
Okay, so that's 3 over. So you would lower the DC by 2.
I'll take it.
Okay. Um, nobody your first attempt does not successfully be, succeed, but you can make a you can make a Constitution save to try and retain the materials without trying not to destroy the materials as you are failing this level up.
Is this a ability check this time?
It would be a saving throw this time. Or maybe should it be an ability check? I have it down as a saving throw.
Well, you see a failure coming, and you're saving something. So
So,
it's a reaction more than a proactive action.
yeah, I would say it's saved, man. Yeah.
17.
That's
Actually, let me roll for your followers because
They might help. Yeah.
Oh, that is true. They could also help it in the ritual, I guess.
yeah, I'll
They
make
did just do a little devotion ritual to me, so.
Ooh, look, that's a 21.
yeah,
That's
plus
the
one.
one who was in the crates with the lemons. And
Oh yeah,
the meat freezer.
yeah, that one guy, his devotion helps push the DC down two more, so it goes from 11 to a 9. I'll give it.
Which means
I'll say that will allow you to succeed in your level up because I forgot
Yay!
they were standing around you. Cool. All right, so that would mean that you would go to level 6. Um, yeah.
Huh?
Wait.
I thought it was level 7.
Level 7.
Sorry, level 7. Sorry. As the energy subsides from you, you are going to have to take some time to digest that power that you've just absorbed into yourself from the universe. There's, but there's no time to really be fully put it into function now. Now you have to will turn your attention towards which one do you want to do next? The
It would
oh,
make sense that maybe I should go ahead and make this my realm of, this domain of power,
all right.
because I have a feeling that could aid in the next ritual after.
All right. So then I would need a give me a religion in check with assistance from your followers, and I assume Mana and Picari if they would like.
Isn't like assistance, it gives me advantage if they roll high enough?
Yes. So they're going to roll between the five of them. Right, that's 18. So you have advantage.
Whew! It's a good thing I did.
So you, with your newfound connection to your old, essentially to your old self, of you have now used that small connection to open up a pseudo divine domain for yourself here in this tabernacle.
Ooh. I wonder what that looks like.
Um, You don't really have to wonder as you see the the eyes opening up along the walls of the tent, and all looking both inward and outward at the same time, seeing the here, the now, oh, and all things that have happened in previously. As the eye of observation has turned on this tent.
Has
Has
what?
you been cut off?
The eye of observation has been turned onto this tent.
Onto you.
Which
Thanks you.
is my own eyes, so it's like it's very weird, but still.
All right.
All right
Now,
then.
now for the actual ritual. This is the hmm, big one. So
Break
hmm,
that stack.
this is a thinker's tool check, arcana check, religion check. You
All or one.
Yeah. Yikes. Okay.
Wait, is it
One
all
thought
of those checks or just one of them?
is one of each, and the
Oh,
Oh.
one each.
you guys can pick which one you're rolling. You need at
Okay, it's a
least
good thing.
Kiara should roll the tinkers.
Okay. Am I gonna?
I wish I was there for that, but good luck. So there's the Tinker's Tools out of 26.
yeah,
Then it's a religion and an arcana.
who's gonna roll the arcana.
Um,
Um,
how's
since
how's
since
your arcana, Sarah? Oh, I think she went to the bathroom.
Yeah, yeah, she muted.
Um,
go ahead.
Kiara's Arcana. Don't need my help. I can roll.
I thought Mana already did Tinkers.
Well, Kiara just said that he's doing Arcana instead if y'all need Kari's help.
I don't know how many of them we get.
Oh. Um. Well, what is your arcana?
I mean, I have phase 4, but I'm not trained in. I think Kiara's trained in Arcana, so he's going to be superior in it. But we're both the same in Tinkers.
Okay. Then
Well, I guess the main question is who's better at religion?
I would say probably Tinkers for Pakari, Arcana for Mana, and then can my devotees help me with the religion?
Yeah, they can give you advantage for that. All right, go ahead and roll in.
Me, Kiara, hold on.
There's
Ooh, 20.
20 on the religion, a 17 on the Tinkers, and a 24 on the
Oh.
arcana.
All right, that's all. Oh, that's all passing. You guys, it's going to be a very weird experience. At first, you're like, all right, this is like Picari. At first, you're like, this is kind of difficult. You're not sure how this item was enchanted, but at the same time, you're you're able to follow the veins of divine magic that are woven throughout the metal of this item, and sort of disconnect the right ones to help sever that connection to whatever source of power that it's here, and then uh, Mana, you're able to right as Picari he cuts that connection, the magic in the staff goes wild and starts shooting off all sorts of different magics and spells and whatnot. That and you're able to rein that in this through your um, knowledge of how magic items work and just your knowledge of magic in general. And nobody, in you and your followers start channeling in your belief if in this concept that is nobody. And at the end, all of you fall into this dark realm. You see this huge figure there, this huge man in dark brown skin, an okapi the head with the stripes apes on one side and the brown fur on the other. There, you see him wielding his bow, aimed at you, and then behind you, you see the three rings, like the three circles of eyes that are floating in and around each other, sort of orbiting around a central point, and and you see that Skaaf is taking aim at at observation. It but it you guys are able to cut the connection right as the arrow is fired, and you watch as the arrow dissipates right before it strikes at observation, and nobody you're able to make that take that connection you have back to observation and drive it into the staff. Have You have taken the staff of judgment and converted it into something else. As the metal head of the okapi on top melts and bubbles away, we'll have to figure out what's left behind in later.
Out of game, what happened if the religion check failed?
You guys will be dealing with the direct at um, wrath of a higher level divine being.
So potentially 3 party members just dead.
I will probably suggest after this, probably don't leave my domain for the rest of the day.
Um, so like there's an explosion of power out from the staff. This and like right as you guys are reeling from that, the doors to the tent will open, and you'll see a familiar looking yellow hobgoblin and lady walking in holding a pamphlet. It it looking rather confused at what's going everything that's going on in here. And that's where we're gonna leave off for this session. We'll pick up with what's going on with Nissa and Adarthi next time, as it is quite late and I must consume nourishment.
Hey, now we have
Before.
3 warlocks in the party.
And I will make sure to put everything, because I've had everything written down of what I wanted to get for them level up a long time ago, so I'll just bring that in.
Yeah.
So who's converting to the warlock pack next?
I think that might be enough warlocks for a while.
I know it's just kind of funny. Because like I purposely went down that. John kind of got voluntold, and now you're going down the path while doing a self pact.
Mhm.
Just remember we are sort of using the 2024 Warlock for.
We are what?
We are, but
We are sort of using the 2024 Warlock for some
So
for the basically for the pack booms and all
I don't
those.
know if what that changes for me because I didn't care to look at Watch C after everything.
I am not sure either if that affect because I'm using a third party subclass.
Yeah, I'm just using what
You'll
was
just have
publicly
yeah,
available.
you just have to tell me what the so but is it from what creator is it from?
It's that dark, really dark, like Dark Souls book
Oh,
that Seth
Yeah,
brought in.
Traps,
I'm using
Trambles, and
the
Triggers.
I'm using the Warlock of the Void.
Yeah.
all right. I'll
There's one
go
on the
in.
5e SRD that's Traps, Trambles, and Triggers from Grim Press.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Well, I'll paste that in Trials and you can tell me if I'm right or not.
I have the book. I'll look through it and
Yeah, so now I can't wait to get my level up.
Oh, I think I have the PDF.
Which actually, wait, all I need are the stones, and I think I have enough stones to do the level up. Because I have the blah 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 blah. My cursed item, the tome or whatever.
well, we'll figure all those things out between sessions.
Mhm.
Everyone say bye to the viewers.